morning. It's Tuesday today and I'm up and ready. I'm gonna go to the gym this morning. I did the monthly journaling club last night, and the big thing that came up for me is wanting to exercise every single day in some way, just because that is something that will be really supportive and good for me. It makes me feel good. So yeah, I'm starting off strong by going to the gym. And when I say exercise every day, I don't mean doing like an intense workout. I just mean practicing yoga asana and actually doing a physical practice, going for a walk, going to the gym, doing something physical, moving my body in some way to kind of counteract all of the time that I do spend sitting at my desk. So that's what I'm doing. This top I found in a charity shop, a Nike one, and then these shorts are the shorts that I always wear from Girlfriend Collective. Don't know how many of you are self-employed and watching this and can relate, but it was interesting this morning to notice how basically I wanted to go to the gym around 8 o'clock. I'm having to wait till 9, and my brain instantly went to, oh, but you should be working then, even though I've been self-employed for like 2 years. It's so amazing how much the kind of, I say amazing, not in a good way, the 9 to 5 system and the working day and how kind of productivity seeps into so much that we do and how we think about time. So yeah, I really had to check in with myself with that and just remind myself that it's okay to do things on a different timeline than what we're told to do, and allow myself to lean into that and have that.
Taylor, Saturn, first of all, is the planet that is like changed. Like my whole life is different than it was when I was 25 and I'm 20. Spiritual awakening. I think there's something really special. All of the choices that you've made in your life. So if you've been,
I know that these Stanley Cups are just everywhere, feel very gimmicky, but I have to say, since having this, I've had this for a year now, especially when I work from home, this is just what I used to drink out of at home. I can't tell you how much more water I'm drinking because of this and how it's got me into the routine of drinking more, and just, yeah, I don't know what it is, drinking out of a glass, I just don't reach for it. But this, I will pick it up, I'll have a drink, and yeah, I'm staying hydrated, so you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it in the vlogs. I'm doing a couple of bits. I've got a few things that I wanna write. I'm feeling really inspired with Substack at the minute and just sharing more on there. And yeah, I'm actually writing something at the moment around hormone health and a little bit of a wake-up call that I had a few months ago, and just, yeah, things that I'm doing to reconnect back with my body and like take better care of it. So I'm gonna finish that off. And then I'm also gonna like make a little plan for July, because I'm going away in a couple of weeks. I've got a week off. So I just wanna make sure that everything is in good order for that. Could that be any more zoomed in? A slight change of plan. Well, a big change of plan and a change of outfit, because we're basically going out. Jay's working this weekend on Saturday. I'm also working on Sunday. So I kind of thought to myself, I mean, I've got everything that I needed to get done. We're dropping the car for a service, and we thought, why not make this into a little coffee date, browse around the charity shops, which is honestly one of my favourite things to do. So yes, that is what we're doing, but it is raining, which is why I've changed my outfit, because the trainers that I want to wear just won't quite match. We've dropped the car off, and as part of this vlog, I really wanted to speak about Saturn Returns, because I turn 29 in a couple of weeks. And now I'm with Jay, it's making me laugh, because as women, I think that we think about all of these things and really connect with it. Do you know what Saturn Returns is?
No, no clue.
There we go. But I am going to talk about that later, because it's just been on my mind a lot, and I feel like 28 and going into 29, like this whole year, past 2 years, Saturn has been returning. I have a little haul, not much from the charity shops, but I did get a couple of bits. I probably need to move this back actually, so I'm actually in the video. Okay. There is a shop called Grape Tree, and I used to go to this. I went to uni in Chester, so talking years ago. When did I leave uni? I went in 2013, so left in 2016. They just do so many, I guess it's like nuts, seeds, Things like this, semolina. This was £1.50 and we used this for the pizza dough when we used the uni. And yeah, it was just a lot cheaper in there, so I thought, grab some of that. Also got some medjool dates because I want to make the fake Snickers, and also my friend is literally, she's having a baby today, potentially today. So I'm just trying to think about food that I want to take with me when I go and see her. What else did we get? We also got some chia seeds. Again, for this 500 gram bag, it was £2, I think, and usually they're more expensive than that. So yeah, got a couple of things from Grapetree. Then from the charity shops, there wasn't that much in there. It was a little bit, I mean, it's hit and miss always, isn't it? But I did get this book. I just thought, I've read the Midnight Library and a couple of others from Matt Haig, but never How to Stop Time. So I thought it'd be a good one to have on our bookshelf. And that was everything. The car's dropped off. It's now 2 o'clock on the dot. So I'm gonna have a little bit of lunch and then I can crack on with some work this afternoon. It's a little bit later now. I've finished all my work for the day. First of all, this top. This is new from Suzanne. I managed to get this in their archive sale at the weekend. I honestly, you know when you put a piece of clothing on and it just makes you feel amazing? This is how I feel in this. I need to sort these bows out a little bit, but I absolutely love it. As I touched on before, something I've been thinking about a little bit more and reconnecting with is this idea of Saturn returns, because I'm 29 in a couple of weeks. The 15th of July is my birthday. And a lot has happened and a lot has shifted. I'd probably say from April this year, but also just over the past 2 years, what I do for work has changed. I've gone self-employed. I feel like a lot of friendships have changed, and I just feel like I'm really starting to understand myself, even though I really don't feel like I'm in my very late 20s, nearly 30s. It's bizarre. I feel good, and I'm feeling like the older I get, the more and more I get to know myself, the more and more comfortable I feel in myself, the less I'm people pleasing, and the more I'm just living life in the way that feels best for me, in line with my values. And yeah, just, it feels like things are slowly finding their way together, but it isn't to say that that journey is necessarily easy. And I don't know, it's just been very interesting, and I'm feeling really reflective about the whole Saturn returns thing in this period, obviously given the fact that it's my birthday. I feel like I did more research into Saturn returns when I was around 26 and thinking, like, I'm entering into my late 20s, and it felt like a really big deal. But now I'm here, I just feel really great about it, and I feel really hopeful and positive that, I mean, your 20s, they're a rocky road. I feel like throughout this whole nearly decade, I mean, managing my mental health has been one thing, and just trying to get to know myself better in that respect. But just like understanding who I am as a person, that has felt really central to it. And I mean, I think what happens in your late 20s is, as you get to know yourself, and maybe as you start to ignore certain things, there is this little bit of a reckoning where you're confronted with the fact that you are an adult now, and you know, you do have an agency over your life. There are certain things that you can change. And I do just feel like, I mean, actually, even since April, like, pivotal things have been happening, and it has just really made me, I guess, think about my life more and realise that I really can take control of things. And I mean, obviously there is this thing of allowing the ebbs and flows of life, which is so true, but then also remembering that I can do things for myself. And yeah, I don't know, I'm just feeling very reflective about it. I have had to stop and start this video, well, this segment of the video, so many times. Basically then, the local Labour candidate was at the door, so I was like, I'm gonna go down. Anyway, let me talk a little bit more about what Saturn return actually is. I am not huge on astrology, but I do like it when I engage with it. It's not something that I'm typically aligned with every single day, but I find it interesting, and I do find things like tarot, astrology, for me, what they do is basically help me tap into my own intuition a little bit more. And essentially with Saturn return, it's said to be your, I guess, like, astrological coming of age, and where you really are becoming an adult. I have just been doing a little bit more reading on this, and it's typically 29 and a half years that it takes for Saturn to do that full loop. Turning 29, the fact that Saturn returns is on my doorstep, if not here, feels significant and something that I want to kind of take note of. And if it's going to help me move through times in a more mindful way, I'm leaning into it. So essentially, what it goes on to say is that because Saturn is the planet of responsibilities, time and wisdom, a Saturn return is basically your astrological coming of age. It's the push you need to enter adulthood. Saturn demands that you take full and complete accountability for your choices, propelling major, albeit challenging, transformation. Prior to Saturn return, we are a construction of external influences. We are living the lives imposed of us by our parents, teachers, colleagues, bosses and society at large. When Saturn returns to its home base in our birth charts, however, the gas giant inspires us to reevaluate every aspect of our lives to ensure that we are fulfilling our greatest potential. And I feel like that's a really positive thing. I'd love to know if this idea of Saturn returns resonates with you. I feel like over the next year, I'm going to be weaving little bits of it through the content that I share and things that I create, because I do feel like your 20s are rough. I have had so many amazing moments in my 20s, but I also feel like I'm really slowly starting to learn who I am, appreciate who I am and the things that I like, and really make choices for myself that are fully authentic in kind of choosing it because it's what I want, not because I've kind of been told that it's something that I should do, or from all of those other influences. I feel much more connected to my purpose, and yeah, I feel like that's something to celebrate and share and I guess kind of document. So over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be experimenting with a couple of daily vlogs instead of the usual weekly ones that I do, just so I can make sure that I can get a video out every single Sunday and edit them in time and things like that, because I do have a holiday coming up. So yeah, let me know what you think of this format and whether you do prefer the weekly ones. But yeah, I hope that you have a lovely rest of your week if you're watching this on Sunday, and I will see you in next week's video.